students, welcome to Vidya Myriad. This video is made for class 6 on chapter number 10, Mensuration, and today we are going to begin with exercise 10.2 from Ncert. Question number 1. Now this exercise has only one question, which is to find out the areas of the following figures by counting squares. So if you see the A part, how many squares are made together to form one set? We can say that there are total 9 squares used. Number of full squares are 9. Area of 1 square we are assuming as 1 square unit. So area of 9 square will be 9 into 1, 9 square units. B part, it's like a cross. How many squares are used? 5 full squares are used. So 5 multiplied by 1, 5 square units. C part, now in this case if you see very properly, that full squares, total full squares are only 2, and then you have 4 half squares. So how are we going to find out the area? So area for full square, for full it is 2 multiplied by 1, for half it will be 4 multiplied by half, because those are half. So 2 plus 2, that comes out to be 4 square units. D part, number of full squares required are 8. So 8 multiplied by 1 gives you 8 square units. E part, total squares required here for a shape is 10. So 10 multiplied by 1 is 10 square units. F part, according to the figure, there are only 2 full squares, and if you see there are diagonal lines on the in between the each square, that means there are 4 half squares. So for finding out its area, it will be 2 multiplied by 1 plus 4 multiplied by half, because that is half only. So 2 plus 2 comes out to be 4 square units. G part. Now here in this, if you see properly, there are only 4 full squares. Total full squares are only 4, and 4 are half squares. So for full square it will be 4 multiplied by 1. For half squares will be 4. There are 4 half squares, so 4 multiplied by half. 4 plus 2, that is 6 square units. H part, for this shape we require 5 full squares, so 5 multiplied by 1, 5 square units. Next, for this we need 9 full squares, so 9 multiplied by 1 is 9 square units. For the next, if you see the figure properly, it's in a triangle form, and there are only 2 full squares in this, and there are 4 half squares. If you count the other squares, there are diagonals formed, so they are exactly half. So what I will do, 2 multiplied by 1 plus 4 multiplied by half. So 2 plus 2 gives you 4 square units. Now in this figure, total number of full squares required is 4, and there are 2 diagonals, so that means there are 2 halves. So 4 multiplied by 1 plus 2 multiplied by half, so 4 plus 1, 5 square units. Next figure, it's a little difficult figure, so for that I have used colors to identify how many full squares are there and how many more than half squares are there. Now for full squares there are only 2, the yellow part, and remaining orange color or red color, if you see, there are more than half squares, and even there are less than half also. For less than half we will ignore. For more than half we will consider as 1 unit only. So 2 multiplied by 1 for full and 6 multiplied by 1 for more than half. Total comes out to be 8 square units. Next figure is of a leaf. In a leaf we will see there are total 5 full squares, the yellow part, and there are 9 more than half of these squares. When you have more than half of these squares, in that case you will consider them 1 itself. So 5 into 1, 5, 9 into 1, 9, 5 plus 9 is 14 square units. The figures or the part which is less than half you need to ignore. We will not include that thing inside the measurement. Next figure, in this there are 9 full squares, that is the yellow part, and the green part, if you see, they are also more than half, which is also 9. So 9 plus 9 is 18 square units. That's all for this exercise 10.2. You have to just count the number of squares, whether there are full squares or more than half squares or half squares, to find out the answers properly. Please do practice for this. Don't just ignore finding that it is very easy or simple. Practice is a must. Very soon I am going to come with the next video. Till then, see you children. Goodbye. Take care.